The discussion ends on hangar, but now continues in the studio with Abubakar Sadiq, who is a very concerned Nigerian. So concerned that he recently visited about 5 camps in the northeast of Nigeria where the IDPs have found refuge in the northern part of the country. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much. So share with us your experience visiting these camps.
Yeah, well, it was really quite a harrowing experience for us because we had always been sitting and just hearing about what the internally displaced persons were going through. So our organization, One Ummah Charity, in collaboration with another organization based in Abuja, the ICICE, we embarked on a trip to go to Damaturu in Yobe State and Maiduguri in Borno State. Just to look at the plight of the IDPs, and we went with some relief materials worth about 10 million naira, so we could provide some succor and some relief for a lot of the IDPs. Unfortunately, when we got there, what we found, I don't want to use the word catastrophe, but it's close, it's near close that, because you have a break in the socio-economic standing of the people there. There are no schools. For over 2 to 4 years, schools are not running in Maiduguri State. All the schools have been converted, government schools have been converted to IDP camps, just to cater for a lot of the IDPs in the state. And officially, what Red Cross gave us as an official figure, there are over 6 million people that are IDPs, and just 1.83 million are within camps. So the other 5 million are just scattered within Maiduguri and other locations in Yola and different places. And so it was really heart-wrenching for us because with even some of the relief materials we went with, bags of rice, food items and clothing and things like that. For the food items, we could only provide a meal, a lunch or a breakfast or a dinner. It wasn't a full day course food we were providing for it was just a meal, because in one camp we visited the Dalori camp in Maiduguri. They prepare about 162 bags of rice for just one meal, and in this camp we had gone with just about 120 or there about 150.
And I'm sure you felt you were going to make a great impact.
Exactly, because we felt, okay, 10 million naira, at least this is something big, it can make a big impact. But it was, like I said to a friend of mine, it was like going to the market and taking 1 kobo to the market, expecting to buy something reasonable. So the magnitude of the problem is larger than what Nigerians, a lot of people know. The government is trying its best, the state government, the federal government, but they're overstretched. The facilities are not enough. The children in the camps are not having any form of formal education or Islamic education, not to talk less of that, because one thing we fear is that in the next 20 to 30 years, these children who don't know any form of knowledge or don't have any compassion, because something I should even say that prompted us making this trip, someone made an announcement of a camp that had over 8,000 children. And out of those over 8,000 children, 7,000 of them were orphaned or didn't know where their parents were. And so I thought to myself, like, a child not having a parent to grow with him and then staying in a camp not knowing anything. You know, what's the state of mind of that child? And if we don't do anything now, 20, 30 years down the line, how are they going to be in terms of their ideology? Today we're talking about Boko Haram. Then it could be worse than Boko Haram, because these are some of the ways that this group uses. They take kids off the street that don't know anything and they indoctrinate them. So this is one of the things that we went to do, visiting these camps. We also did a needs assessment so that we can also still go back. What are the needs of these people? And we want to pull everyone that is really concerned to still do something. We can all do something. We have a role to play in making their lives better.
In essence, are you saying Nigerians are not doing enough as individuals, as NGOs, as, you know, CSR for corporate organizations?
Yes, we're not doing enough. We're not doing near enough. And maybe the reason is because we feel everything is okay. Maybe because we've not really seen the extent of the damage. Because in the camps, one thing I saw the presence of, yes, the Red Cross, UNICEF was there. And one organization that shocked me, Doctors Without Borders. I saw a project done by by this organization, Doctors Without Borders. And I couldn't see any Nigerian NGO there. I couldn't see anything done, you know, that had any relative impact on the lives of these people that was done by a Nigerian organization. And we have people that have the wealth here. We have people that are well-to-do. So why do we have to wait for UNICEF, for Red Cross, for even Doctors Without Borders to come and help our own citizens when we have people that can do something? And that's why the drive and the campaign, there needs to be an awareness campaign. People should know what is going on, and let's see how to salvage this, because the northeastern region, especially Borno State, it's a very vast area, and it's an area where they are really, they thrived before this crisis. They thrived on business and on farming, and the business there was even international, because you had countries like Chad, Niger, and Cameroon,
where they share borders with.
Just before coming, someone was even telling me that there were organizations or companies in even Lagos that would transport goods through Borno to these neighboring countries. So it was actually a source of revenue, real revenue generation for the entire nation, not just for the northeastern region or the northern region alone. It was for the entire nation. Today, the roads into these places have been destroyed. Businesses have collapsed. And a lot of farmers or farming in general has been terminated, farming activities, because you can't be on your farm and then someone comes and slaughters you on your farm, all for being, not aligning with their ideology in quote. So these are some of the challenges, and it's an eye-opener for us having to go there, and wanting people to also come on board and see what they can do as well.
All right, well, I just want to bring this up, just before we go. When we talk of internally displaced persons, are they just people who have been affected by the insurgency, We have people who are homeless because of tribal clashes and all that. Don't you also consider such people as needing attention and help?
Yes, they do. They all do. This is something we all consider. It's not just an issue now of just this sector alone. It spreads across everyone that has suffered from one issue of crisis or the other, and then they have to leave their homes. This is a difficult thing for anyone. You've grown in a place, you've stayed in a place for a long time, and all of a sudden, just because of a brief misunderstanding, or maybe because someone doesn't have a proper understanding of manhaj, this is what regarding Islam, they begin to cause chaos and mayhem. So this cuts across borders to every location in the country. It's not just a northern thing now. We've had crisis in the south. We've had such crisis also in the southwest, but it hasn't been as pronounced as we have today in the northeast, where you have statistics of over 6 million people being displaced from their homes. These were figures before. We just thought they were numbers, but when we saw it, it was really moving. It was emotional for a lot of us.
All right, thank you so much, Abubakar, for being part of the program. And of course, this will also serve as a call to Nigerians, to join and make their lives better.
Yes, and I want a lot of Nigerians also to know that it shouldn't be about religious basis and as well. Let's not think, okay, religion, these people are this so-so religion or so-so region, this is where they're from. Let all of us come out to do what we can for them. Yes.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
This is obviously a continuous discussion, but we have to pause here for now and take a break, after which we'll check out your messages on our social media platforms and also see the 5 most viewed videos in the past week.
We begin this week's top 5 videos with the brawl that ensued between factions of honorable members of the House of Representatives over persons to occupy leadership positions. In fourth place is last year's debacle in the Edo State House of Assembly.
My father or your father? Yes, your father. My father. Yeah. Just come here, do things with impunity and go.
The third most viewed video is the wedding of Edo State Governor Adams Oshiomhole to this Cape Verdean beauty.
She is a full-blooded African, and I'm happy about the fact that God revealed her to me.
He's such a lovely, lovely person. He's very sweet and patient, and I'm just grateful to God. He's a wonderful man.
A caucus meeting of the ruling APC that ended in near fisticuffs comes in as the second most viewed video. And the karate moves of members of the Benue State House of Assembly still seem to be tickling the fancy of our YouTube subscribers as the video tops the most viewed video list for the second week running.
Those were the comments you sent to our Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus pages, as well as the top 5 videos that you watch the most on our YouTube channel. As food for thought, someone commented by saying that it's important to always remember that when we talk about the number of IDPs, they actually refer to men, women, boys, and girls who are people's loved ones and relatives. And so everyone should go beyond just showing concern to actually contributing in one way or the other to better their living condition. Thank you for watching. I am Ini Thompson.